What's happening, guys? It's Tuesday and we're at the Hack and Pack shop and we're going to get back on this F-150 behind me. You guys remember this truck? I put up a video, I don't know, over a week ago, I know that, on doing the floors in this thing. And, well, we're going to get started on the floors. I've been cutting some little pieces out here. Like I said before, we're not putting a fitted floorboard in this thing. I'm just taking basically some pieces of sheet metal I have, and I've been forming some metal to go in here. I still got to cut some of this out yet. It's kind of hard to get in this area though. So it's just, I don't know, this is just a big pain in the freaking ass, to be honest with you. So this is what we got. Basically nothing. Okay. Cab support here. I'm going to have to drill a couple holes into this panel. This is actually some 18 gauge here, this main sheet. This piece here, this is also 18 gauge, okay, that we're going to be sliding and kind of fitting into this area. We got to keep this bevel in here because the interior trim piece kind of clips around this, and there's also, I believe, a wiring harness. Yeah, I've got it tucked up out of the way that kind of rides in here too. So I can't just, you know, it's not just like sticking a flat piece of sheet metal in here and calling it a day. I mean, we're going around this, you know, the curvature where the seat mounts, this big hump here. You know, we got a lot of integrated little cuts and things down in here. Okay, and then up in here, I mean, obviously you see where it's beveled there. Alright, so we got to kind of keep some of that. The emergency brake cable, I don't even know what I'm going to do with that yet. Yeah, it would have just, you know, let's look at in here, guys. I got really nothing to work with. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the grinder and get all this cleaned up the best I can so we at least have some clean metal to weld to. And we're just going to take it from there, okay? This is just kind of a wing it job. You know, at least make the floor solid, safe, okay? And, you know, do what we can do with it. I mean, this thing is just, it's gone. When I looked at it, I didn't think it was going to be anywhere near this bad. I thought it would be about half the work, and yeah, well, we all know what we get into in some of these projects, so I guess I don't have to say any more. So I'm going to throw you guys on the charger for a minute. I'm going to take the grinder and get some of this metal cleaned up a little bit nicer, and then we're just going to start bending, cutting, forming, welding, fabricating, and, you know, do what we got to do to get this thing, you know, together, hopefully today. So let me throw you on a charger and we'll continue. Alright, so I got some of this ground out a little bit better and cut out the best I could. The cutoff wheel wasn't getting in there oh so well, but I think we got it in there enough. So what I did is I took a couple slots, I cut a couple slots in what's going to be this main section of the floorboard here. And basically is what they're going to do is line up with that brace right there. Okay? So we're not just putting a piece of tin over the top of anything. I mean, it's going to be welded right into this brace right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to tack weld to this brace first, okay? And as you see here, I got some rubber floor mats just to kind of prevent from getting weld spatter on the rug, on the inside of the rug, on that insulation. I got a piece of rubber over the top of the seat here, okay? They do make a welding blanket. It's a big fiberglass cloth, but I don't have any of that here. Unfortunately, I did have some and it disappeared. Son of a bitch. So that's what I'm going to do right now, guys. I'm going to tack these two little spots in right here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is take the hammer, we're going to start beating around and just kind of start tack welding all the way around these edges. You know, just like a tack weld every 3 or 4 inches just to get the piece of metal down there, okay? And then we'll go ahead and we'll start fitting in some more pieces in the stinking phone. Son of a bitch. Alright, so we're just going to hit this real quick, just a little good weld here. Got her a little hot, she just burnt through the brace. Just like that. You feel that whole brace flexing? Okay? We definitely need to weld to that, very important. What I'll do, I'll try to hold the camera and stick my foot up in here at the same time. Hold the front of this down. There we go. That whole brace is flexing underneath, guys. It's welded. Okay? That's that whole brace moving. As I'm going to do, I'm going to put my foot here again and just kind of put a good tack right here. There, now it's into the floor a little bit. Starting to solid up now. Whenever you're welding, watch for fire. Alright, now that's probably all I'm going to be able to do for welding on camera right now, because I am going to need my other hand. But it gives you guys the rough idea. Okay, it's starting to firm up. Okay, see if we can get the light up underneath here. There's the brace we just welded to. Okay. Obviously, you see the lighter section of metal there. That's the new floorboard. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start tack welding around all these edges, get this piece a little bit more solid, and then we'll start forming in some little pieces to make the rest of this floor. So I got this piece all tack welded in, okay? We'll take the hammer. Just want to make sure we're okay here. Sounds good and solid, okay? And then what I did is I just tacked this piece. I just put a few tack welds in here the best I can from up here. I'm going to have to get down underneath to do it a little bit better. But this piece is on. Like I said, just tacked. Okay? So what we're doing, we're just kind of piecing it together little by little, just trying to tie everything in. Okay? And the more you weld, the more pieces you put in, the more rigid it's going to get. Every bend equals strength when you're fabricating. Every single bend in here makes that metal just that much more stronger. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to make a piece to go here. Alright? Then we're going to tack this in and button this in around this big hump here for the seat. And then we'll just tie in some little pieces up into here. Okay? We're going to cut out a little piece just to kind of weld it all up in here. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I got the strip cut here. This is only 20 gauge, unfortunately, but it's all I have left for the strips. Oops. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tack that in. Something like that. Alright, I got to straighten it out a little bit yet. I just kind of rough cut it. We're going to get that tacked in there. So that'll pretty much seal everything up. Okay? So actually what I might do now is get this piece tacked in. And we'll get everything tied into this inner rocker the best we can. And then maybe I'll start building this hump. And when I start building this hump, I'll turn the camera back on and show you guys how you can get a bend and things like that. How you can form a piece of metal and kind of make it fit to what you want. Alright, I started forming this piece here. Just took a piece of sheet metal, cut it all out, pattern I kind of want, rough idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tack it across the top. Then what I'm going to do is beat this in down here. Get this out of the way. We're going to try to form it all in because this has got a pretty sharp, it's almost a 90 degree right here, okay? The way my patch is cut is closer to a 45. So I'm going to tack the top in, beat the bottom in, get everything nice and tight, and then go ahead and weld this up. So let me go ahead and tack weld this top down. Turn the gas on. About where I want it here. got her a little hot. She keeps burning through. Alright. Where the hell is my poker hammer? There it is. All I'm going to do is beat this in. What I'll do is hit at the bottom with a couple tacks. Now that it's semi-solid, what I can do is keep beating all the way around here and tack as we go. Stubborn right there. Thank God there's carpet to cover this up. Now we're just going to wrap it around the front. That ground. Alright. That's what we got so far. Okay? Yeah, it looks like hell, but it's strong. I just got to make a little piece to stick right there. Alright, and then we'll just make some little pieces to stick in here. I think this gives you guys roughly the rough idea of what you got to do this. So let me go ahead and get all this welding done. I'll show you everything with all the metal work done. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to actually take just a skim coat of Duraglass and just go over this whole thing with Duraglass. It'll kind of work as a sound deadener too. We'll throw some undercoating on it and we'll be done with this floor. Alright, here we go. And this is what we got. Made a couple little half-ass pieces here. Yeah, some of this, I don't know if we can get in there with the light. There's a little bit of rot still right here. I just tacked to what I could. Okay, there's a big seat brace structure that goes from here to the inner rocker anyway, and that's solid. Okay, so I'm not really going to worry about this. We're just going to Duraglass over this. Just a real quick skim coat, okay? Like a little bit over that there where I welded that brace and went through. We're just going to go over it with Duraglass. I mean, it's solid. Hit it with a hammer. Okay. It's not going anywhere. Good solid floor. And it'll probably outlast the truck. Alright, so that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to mix up some Duraglass. We're just going to kind of go over all the seams. Alright, maybe just skim coat the whole thing just so it kind of works as a little bit of sound deadener. I'm not going to go too crazy on it. I'm not going to sand anything. We're just going to kind of smooge over everything, let it kind of get into the nooks and crannies just to seal everything up, and then we're just going to go ahead and undercoat the crap out of it. Let the undercoat dry, stick the carpet on, call it a day. So let me get some Duraglass mixed up. We'll go ahead and smooge this out, and that'll be that. Alright. Figure maybe you guys want to see me freaking put some of the shit on here. Just plopping it on, just like that. Probably should have grabbed a smaller spreader for this though. This will just kind of seal everything up. It'll help keep the water out. It'll help deaden some sound, road noise, etc. A little bit down into these seams here. Yeah, I definitely should have grabbed a different spreader. This one's brand new and stiff. Try to smush that crap in there as much as you can. Alright, watch this. You're not going to see because my fat ass is going to be in the way, so I'll shut you off and then we'll show you the finished product. So there we are. There's with everything just kind of got some Duraglass all smeared around it just to kind of seal everything up. Alright, it kind of ran out so I didn't go over the whole center of the floor, which is not really necessary. I just wanted to seam everything up, okay? Just have some Duplicolor rubberized undercoat. We're just going to get in here and just spray the shit out of everything, okay? Put on there nice and thick. Then we'll have to let it dry for the rest of the day. Get up underneath that seat real good. Let it smooth down the inside of that rocker a little bit. That's it. So there you have it. Now I'll crawl up underneath it, hit the inside with some undercoating. Alright, and then we're good to go. So hope you all enjoyed the video. You got to see not necessarily how it was done right or wrong, just how I do them, okay? If it was a $1,000 floor rebuild, we'd go a whole different approach, but it's not. It's a few $100. So this at least makes it safe, keeps the water from, coming up inside of it, and seals everything up. So y'all have a goody-goody. Thanks for watching. Later, guys.